Secret site known as Area 51.
The top secret Area 51 military base.
Top secret Area 51, the weapons testing range made famous by Hollywood and conspiracy theorists.
What's really going on at Area 51?
First, I had people go look at the records on Area 51 to make sure there was no alien down there.
I don't even know. We didn't even get arrested right here.
No one's getting arrested today.
So we've been driving down this long road here for a while now. We finally got here to the Area 51 gate. This is as far as we can go. But we're at the Area 51 gate now, and this is as far as you can go. Beyond this point, it is all military personnel, and we've heard so many stories of people going back there and getting arrested. And if you go any farther than this gate, then they will hold M16s at your head for 2 hours while they wait for the sheriff to come to pick you up and drive you 150 miles out of here. So that wouldn't be fun. We're not trying to break any rules or anything. We just wanted to come and see this gate, and the closest town to this place is actually called Rachel, Nevada. They have a little hotel you can stay at real quick. It's actually like 30 minutes away from here. So there's a couple different ways to get into Area 51, or at least ways that you can drive up to and kind of see. You know, one of them is called the back gate, and I think that's where we're at right now. We're at the back gate, and it's kind of like, it's not secretive, but it's like the farthest route around to get to this place. All of you that wanted drones, you can see here, no drone zone. This is a military installation. It is off limits to everyone. You cannot go past this gate right here. Otherwise, there will be lots of fines. So right now we're at Area 51, which is, it's a United States Air Force base. It's just commonly known as Area 51. And the CIA actually calls it the Homey Airport, or also known as Groom Lake, because we're on this big lake bed. And even though we're in the desert, there's like a big lake bed here, and it's called Groom Lake, and that's where we're at today. Other names for this place are called Dreamland and Paradise Ranch, actually, because they wanted people to come out here and work out here, so they named it Paradise Ranch in order to get more people to come out here and maybe think it was like a paradise.
The CIA called the site Paradise Ranch to try to lure skilled technicians to work there. It was in the 50s that the intelligence agency chose an old abandoned airstrip by a salt flat called Groom Lake, on ground controlled by the Atomic Energy Commission.
The only reason that we know about this place is because there's a guy named Bob Lazar who 25 years ago went on the news and talked about this place.
Area 51 was one of the most secretive places on the planet, but that anonymity vanished forever because of what happened 25 years ago. A controversial electronics whiz told a fantastic tale during a TV interview, and the story still reverberates today.
He said the hangars had been built into the side of a mountain disguised as desert, and inside were a set of 9 flying saucers. Months later, he revealed his identity to the world and said the technology he'd worked on was from somewhere else, that it was being taken apart to figure out how it worked.
The reason that they're round and have no sharp edges is to contain the high voltage.
That they were doing all kinds of like work with all these alien or like foreign spaceship UFO stuff. And that was at the S4 base, which is a little more south than we are right now, because we're in the southern point of Nevada. And so the reason we know about this place is because of Bob Lazar and him coming out and telling everyone about this. And he was promptly fired after that because he signed this confidentiality agreement, but then he just kind of gave it all up on the national news.
Yeah. You know, what they told me is this is a security matter, and really, what's the public going to do without this? You know how reactionary they are. There's a bunch of different reasons this is being kept quiet. Nothing that they'd bother telling me.
The base's primary purpose is really unknown, but we do know that they do all kinds of testing with aircrafts, and they try and do you know, all these secretive weapons and aircrafts that no one knows about, and they're kind of doing experimental testing to see if they work and whatnot. So this is where everyone in Nevada is saying that there's tests of, you know, UFOs and like alien spaceware.
Quarter century ago, not many people outside of Nevada had ever heard of Area 51, the mysterious base 100 miles north of Las Vegas, a place the government said didn't exist. It was the location of choice for all manner of black projects, spy planes that were kept secret from the public.
There are a ton of conspiracies about Area 51, about the Roswell landing where there was a UFO that landed and there was aliens, and they are just dissecting and learning from aliens inside. I'm not gonna say whether any of this is like, you know, fact or fiction, because no one's really gonna ever know. And really I think it's kind of, I mean, it's almost better that way. Like the mass public could not take this information very well. Like if we knew that there were like aliens and stuff, I don't know how everyone would react.
But the bottom line is they're right. The bulk of the people are complete morons. And I'm sorry, maybe they are right.
I mean, I think it's kind of foolish to think that there's not anything out there in the whole galaxy. So I'm not saying I believe in like the stereotypical alien, but I do think there is definitely something out there that we don't know about, because how could we be the only species in this whole entire universe and galaxy? So next to the gate here that blocks it, there's a large barbed wire fence that runs along the whole Area 51. And you'd think, oh, it's just barbed wire, anyone can get in. But there are these guys out there that everyone refers to as camo dudes, and they're these snipers that sit out in all these fields all around the whole area of Area 51. And they have sniper rifles, and in the right time of day, if you're walking in the right spot, you can see the reflection of their scopes. I've seen in other videos where people actually can spot out the sniper guys, and so they're definitely out there. These camo guys dressed in camo, like desert camo, sitting out there, and they just watch this whole place. Now you would think, like, if this place is so secretive, what could they actually have in there? Because if they have sniper rifles guys hidden at every single point around here, what could they actually have in here? You could do a lot of research on Area 51 and just be on the internet for days or weeks, because there's just so much out there about this place. And you know, what they're doing inside, no one will really know until like the next person really comes out about it. Because there's guys who've been like on their deathbed talking about this place, and you know, it's like, it's so hard because like the facts that you get, like they seem so real. Like, oh, this guy who was about to die, who worked there, he was telling all these things about it, and like, why would he lie about something where he's just about to die? So he just wants to give up all this information. It's just like Bob Lazar too. I mean, why would he lie? He risked his whole career basically, and I don't know. Maybe some say he wanted fame and everything, but I don't believe that, because he didn't ever end up doing anything with that position.
And once it was activated, you could not touch the sphere. You put your hand on it, and just like the light poles of a magnet, the exact same type of force. He had a little golf ball, and you know, we dropped it on it, and you know, it never hit the sphere and fell off, and then, you know, we threw it at it and it rebounded and knocked the ceiling tile out of place. But it was that alone is something amazing. Look, that can change everything we know today.
I'm just so very curious to know what they're actually working on in there, because in news reports that Bob Lazar has given, he said there's all these anti-gravity machines and stuff, and with that technology, the things that we could do, like we could make force fields that would, like, you know, Star Trek, like fields around spaceships.
Just having a machine to produce artificial gravity. Because look at what that does. We know gravity, space, and time are all tied together. There are your shields, like on Star Trek, that, you know, deflect micrometeorites.
You could go into radiation. Think about it. You could take an anti-gravity machine, walk through Chernobyl perfectly fine, and not get touched by the radiation.
There is your protection from radiation without heavy shielding. There is something that, with an intense enough focused field, you can actually bend space, and there is something that can actually alter the flow of time. I mean, that's the missing piece of pie.
It's just like the technology that there is probably out there that we will never know about is insane. There are a couple places around Area 51 where you can actually get into, or not get into, but like you can go up to. I think this is one of like 3 or 4 places that you can go up to. And the thing about these places is they're all guarded, they're all, you know, covered by snipers, camo dudes and everything. But at different places you see different things. So this one there's no sign that says, at least that I haven't read, but I know I've seen other signs where if you walk past this line, there's not even a fence like this, but if you walk past this sign and it says that they're authorized to use deadly force. So in that video I saw, the guy, he's actually, like, he sees the sniper like reflection, and he actually takes a step past the sign, but like he could have just gotten a bullet to the head at that point. It was insane. With Area 51 is it's so controversial because there's so much believable information out there that it makes you want to believe, but then at the same time you don't want to believe just because of how crazy it is. So guys, that was Area 51. There's not a whole lot to it because really we can't even go in and see all the aliens. But that was Area 51. It was cool coming out here. It's such like a out of the way drive to come here. We had to drive like 4 hours out of our way, but it was totally worth it coming to see this gate. I mean, who really goes to Area 51 to the gate? It's such an epic view. But we're gonna take off, follow the whole crew, and I'll see you guys later. Check it out, we got 2 incoming helicopters right here. Those little black dots. I don't know what they're doing. They're like just floating there very slowly. It's like they're looking for something.
See that though?
Yeah.
Pretty cool. That's
they're military ones too. They're these military, like they're camo, and you can see all the guns and shit. They have missiles on them. They have missiles on them. You couldn't see it because I have such a wide angle lens, but you could see the 2 missiles on the front of their on the front of the helicopters each. And for some reason they're going very slowly for helicopters. It was like they're looking for something out here.